Hey guys, it's Joshua Reviews. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Initiation. Okay, let's just get this over with because I want to move past this as quickly as possible. So as I mentioned in my last review, I watched this franchise with a buddy of mine, but I watched it with a few buddies of mine, and we were in hell. I'm not kidding. At one point during the watch party, I was like, this is literally what hell's like. Biblically, that's not the accurate depiction of hell, but I digress. This is an interesting movie. So I was really curious to see what kind of drugs they were smoking when they made this movie. If you guys are not aware, this is the start where they tried experimenting with the franchise and were trying to make it not a Killer Santa franchise. They were trying to basically make this a whole like anthology or sort. So this is what you would call the Halloween, like the Halloween 3 of the franchise, but part 5 is like that as well. So I don't know what they were doing. I genuinely have no clue what they were doing. It makes no sense why they went in this direction. And even in the interviews that I watched for the behind the scenes, they were just like, hey, let's make it a completely different story. Let's not bother tie it into part 3 or 2. Let's just make it its own thing. So this movie is about a journalist who is working for a newspaper or a publishing company or whatever, and she wants to do a story on this woman who gets like magically caught, like spontaneous. She spontaneously combusts and falls over this edge of she falls from a building and she's dead. So she wants to do a story on that, and she thinks that there's a really good lead in the story. So she goes to the local library and she talks to this one woman who ends up being the mother of the victim, and she gets to know her for a bit during the Christmas season, and it's revealed that she is part of this witch cult, bug cult. It's not really well explained, and she wants to turn her into this empowering woman who hates men. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And that's the movie. So, on the one hand, I'm glad this wasn't as boring as 3, because holy shit, 3 was boring. But this isn't a good movie. First off, I don't know what drugs they were smoking making this movie. I didn't really remember much from when I watched it back in 2017 or 2018, pick your poison. But I just remember this movie having a lot of bugs, and rewatching it, oh yeah, there's a lot of bugs. A lot. Like, what the hell? That is because the person making this movie is known for creature effects, and yeah, they're pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's either this one or the 5th one. I think it was the director. No, it's the 5th one. The 5th one has the director for Bride of Reanimator, I think. But this one, I think the person who did the effects for the Reanimator movies did the effects for both of these movies. That being part 4 and 5. And yeah, the effects in this movie are pretty good. If you're one who is disappointed in 3 being they're having no kills, there are kills in this one. They're not as gruesome or violent as you would expect, but there are some kills on this one and some decently effective kills on this movie. I forget the actor who plays him, but this dude, I'm not good at names. You guys know this. This guy, he's in this movie, and he's great. He's really good in the movie, and I like his performance. I like most of the performances in this movie. I would say that for the most part, this movie actually was kind of working for me. I think the first half of the movie is the best because I was like invested in the story. It has a decent mystery going on, and I like the lead. Then after that, the movie just kind of takes a nosedive. It just really it focuses, honestly, it really just focuses on the bugs. Like, holy shit. There's like a good 20 minutes of just bug action. Like, bugs are on the screen, and there's you have weird scenes of, I don't know what the fuck that was. You have weird scenes of this the freaking reporter turning into this weird cocoon-like creature, and then you have a cult. And so it's revealed, I mean, I'm gonna spoil it, I don't give a shit. It's revealed that the mother of the chick who got killed or spontaneously combusted or whatever, she's like part of this feminist bug cult that want to empower women to kill men. It's weird. Listen, I'm not a feminist, or I'm not part of that, but it's like, at least, what am I saying? I'm not like part of what this movie has to offer, but like, I think a feminist would watch this movie and be like, what the fuck is going on? Because this is a weird, bad shit movie, guys, all right? Most of this movie doesn't make any sense. Like I said, the first half, I was actually invested in the story, but then after that, the movie just seems to be really focused on not having a narrative, because our main protagonist will just go place to place and get attacked by this cult, and she would have weird visions that don't mean anything, and honestly, most of the movie is just spent with her losing her sanity, which in theory could be an interesting concept for a movie around Christmas time. But this movie barely fucking features Christmas. And that was an issue I had with Part 3, which I forgot to mention. Part 3 barely feels like a Christmas movie. Same with this movie. What do these bugs or feminist cult have to do with Christmas? I don't fucking know, but the movie doesn't seem to care. Just decides to throw random shit at you and just expect you to be like, well, that was cool. Or bugs, cockroaches. I watched the movie, and I genuinely do not know what this movie is about. Genuinely, I have no clue. Like, help me out here. If anyone really got down to the deep meaning of this movie, please help me out. Because I watched the behind the scenes featurette, and the writer or director or whatever, producer, I don't fucking care. He literally just said they were just like, hey, let's just make a sequel called Silent Night, Night 4 about bugs. Okay. Yeah. I thought that it had an interesting start. The protagonist I liked. I liked most of the actors, and there was an interesting idea. But once the 30-minute mark passes, it really just seems to be focused on bugs. Bugs will just show up out of random. The main protagonist will just have these weird visions. She presumably, I couldn't tell while watching the movie. I think she got sexually assaulted in this movie. I could not tell for the life of me. But she's being invaded by this cult. I don't know what the motivation for it is. I genuinely just think they hate men. I genuinely think that's it. And I'm not like, some men are assholes, some women are assholes, right? Anyone can be an asshole, right? I kind of got that. That's kind of what the 2019 Black Christmas movie was trying to go for. And just like that movie, this one fails. But I don't know what it was trying to do. I mean, do the bugs have any sort of symbolism with the men or toxic masculinity? I don't know. Oh, by the way, this guy, right? I'm not good at names, so forgive me. I've seen this actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Terrifier 3. He was in Ice Cream Man. But this actor, right? This actor, he's named Ricky. And if you guys are aware, Part 2 and 3 follows the killer Ricky. What's the continuity? Because there's a moment in this movie where character Ricky sees the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3. Is he supposed to be the same character? I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. I think... I genuinely don't know what to say. Holy shit. God, these movies wore me out. I just genuinely think that they were just like, hey, let's just throw shit at in the movie and just no one will care. People are gonna buy the VHS and watch it. Has an interesting start, weird fucking middle, and a kind of decent ending, but by that point, I was just like, I was lost. I was wondering where this is going, how this is gonna end. I'll admit, it's not the worst thing I've watched. I've seen worse, and there was enough on screen to keep me invested enough, but I think by the end, I just couldn't really care. I could care less. So I'm going to give this movie, I don't know, a D. Seems fair. So we're done with that. I guess we should take a look at Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker. Please be better than the last two. Please. It's not too much to ask. Napkins.